Halo means a lot to me. It's weird to even try to describe why I love it so much, or why it connects with me on such a personal level, but I'll do my best. Let me set the scene for you. I was 11 years old, just a little goober, when I first played Halo Combat Evolved for the Xbox. My parents had just gifted me a big chonkin' VCR of an original Xbox for Christmas. I wanted to play Halo, since all my friends were playing it. I was probably in like 4th grade. We didn't have the money for an Xbox 360, so my dad got me a modded original that had pre-installed games on the hard drive like Halo, Halo 2, Need for Speed Underground 2, and Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. You can probably guess which ones were my favorite.
Weather vane turns like it's new. Thank you kindly for that.
My pleasure, Hal.
You've helped an old man when others might not have, and I thank you for it. I must have something around here as a reward. Here, have some eggs, fresh today.
So anyways, regardless of it not being a 360, I was stoked to be playing the game franchise that all my friends had been ranting and raving about. I knew a little about it, like how you're a big green guy that doesn't afraid of anything. I knew my friends liked it for the multiplayer, but I was interested in whatever Cam Pagan was. Despite the mocking difficulty description, I started on easy because I'd never really played a first-person shooter before. And what I saw, what I heard, it stuck with me. Halo may have some of the most memorable cutscenes in gaming, in no small part thanks to its atmosphere, music, and use of dialogue. Let me show you a little something.
You heard the lady. Move like you got a purpose.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Man, here's where we show those split-chin, squid-head sons of bitches that they could not have picked a worse enemy than the human race. We are going to blow the hell out of those dumb bugs until we don't have anything left to shoot them with. And then we are going to strangle them with their own living guts. Am I right, Marines?
Sir, yes, sir!
Mm-hmm. Damn right I am. Now move it out. Double time.
Attention all personnel. We are re-engaging the enemy. External and internal contact imminent.
All you greenhorns who wanted to see Covenant up close, this is gonna be your lucky day.
Anyways, before we delve into the story, I'm gonna take a second to talk about the general gameplay flow of Combat Evolved. Even going back to play this game as an adult, 15 years or so later, I can't stress how much fun the gameplay loop really is, but I will try to explain it. You play as Master Chief, a big old green suit of armor, named John. John Halo. You start out with a primary and a secondary weapon that you switch between using a button press, and you can switch these weapons out for other ones you find lying around on the battlefield. It could be plasma pistols, plasma rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, rocket launchers, you name it. Different weapons are good for different enemy types, so the game encourages you to pick them up, try them out, and see what works. For example, the plasma pistol can be charged to take out energy shields on certain Covenant enemy types, like elites, or other Spartans in multiplayer. The basic Covenant enemy types are grunts, jackals, elites, and hunters. Grunts are these little guys waddling around, screaming weird and funny things. They're relatively easy to beat on their own. However, their power is in numbers. Either by themselves or with other Covenant, grunts are plentiful and could catch you off guard if you aren't too careful. If you kill their commanding officers, usually nearby elites, they tend to freak out and run away sporadically, allowing you to easily take care of them as they run away. Elites are tall, formidable warriors that have energy shields that need to be broken before you can easily take care of them. They are much stronger than grunts and jackals, and usually carry harder-hitting weapons to boot. They can also just beat you to death if you get too close to them. Like, they will just fucking punch you in the face. No questions asked. Finally, jackals. Jackals are the scary, thin lizard boys. They usually carry plasma pistols and have personal arm shields that make it harder to hit them. Hunters. Those are a little something else. Hunters come in pairs and wield plasma cannons on their arm. Getting close to them is a gamble too, because they have a tendency to try and body slam you, just straight up run into you. However, if you can get them turned around, say they try to do that and they end up just running past you, they whiff, there's a spot on their back that's super easy to shoot and kill them. Each enemy has strengths and weaknesses that feel well balanced, and it feels like the game was designed on making something that's dynamic, reliable, and fair all at the same time. The first level of the campaign is centered around your escape from the Pillar of Autumn, which is being attacked and boarded by an alien force known as the Covenant. For some reason, I remember this part of the game eerily well, to the point where I could just about recite it every single time I play through it again. To me, this is a fantastic introductory level. It's fairly close quarters, there are multiple ways to approach encounters, and you probably won't get lost easily. Unless that is you're me playing this at like 11, in which case you might actually get lost. Now, I won't be covering every single level of the campaign to like a crazy extent, but I'll give you an overview of the first half of the missions or so. After escaping the Pillar of Autumn, Chief and Cortana land on the mysterious ring planet thing below, and are presumably responsible for the death of everybody aboard the lifeboat. Use the seatbelt next time. God damn, dude. I can't even begin to describe how much this level blew me away as a kid. After a relatively close quarters mission, we have been dropped on a huge ring in space, with lush green grass, a beautiful sky where one can see the ring stretch up into the horizon. The first thing I did was fall off the fucking bridge directly to the left because I was still very uncoordinated in the art of first-person shooter games. After respawning and making my way across successfully, Chief is set with the task of rescuing the Marines that he didn't body slam into on his lifeboat. To do this effectively, Foehammer drops us off a classic. The iconic Halo vehicle, the Puma, or the Warthog.
I mean, it doesn't really look like a pig.
Say that again.
I think it looks more like a puma.
What in Sam hell is a puma?
You mean like the shoe company? No, like a puma. It's a big cat, like a lion.
You're making that up.
I'm not good at describing how vehicles handle, but what I will say is this. The Warthog feels so damn slippery. It's like you're on ice all the time. However, I still feel this doesn't hamper the fun of using it, whether that's by having Marines on board too. And let me tell you, the slightest bit of motion will send anyone, Marine, grunt, or otherwise, to their untimely death, even in multiplayer. The amount of times I died laughing as a kid, or even as an adult, because I barely tapped an enemy and they just died and went flying, is absurd. After rescuing ourselves some Marines, we are picked up by Foehammer and head to rescue Captain Keyes. Keyes has been captured by the Covenant and taken aboard the Truth and Reconciliation, one of the Covenant battlecruisers, just above the ring. The first half of the third mission starts you off on the cliff sides, with a trusty sniper rifle at your side. You move through taking out Covenant and getting the drop on them if you're sneaky enough. The second half of this mission takes you up into the Covenant ship. You barely get a few seconds to take in the sleek purples and pinks of the interior, before being attacked by a new enemy type. Invisible elites. Little me was absolutely fucking terrified.
We're in. I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
What? There's no Covenant here. Think maybe nobody's home.
There's
Contact!
right
Lots of contact! No Covenant. You had to open your mouth.
Fire in the hole!
Keep it up.
Making your way through the Covenant ship, you find Keyes in a cell along with some other Marines, and steal a Covenant ship to get the fuck out of there. Accessing Covenant archives, Cortana discovers that Halo, the ring world that they're on, has great significance to the Covenant. Captain Keyes, who believes it to be a sort of weapon, dispatches Chief and Cortana to secure Halo's control room to learn more about this mysterious ring world. The fourth mission, the Silent Cartographer, starts with a badass entrance with a bunch of Marines on a Pelican, dropping onto a beach to fight hordes of Covenant that have already gathered there. This mission has vehicles, open area combat, close quarters encounters, the works. It's more or less a culmination of the things you've learned about the game thus far in the first 3 missions, and a fantastic sandbox to play with. I'm not going to go too in-depth on this one, just Get to it when you get to it, alright? Trust me. The last one I'm going to talk about is the 5th mission, Assault on the Control Room. This is potentially my favorite level in the game. The amount of freedom that you're netted to take on encounters and the different ways you can do that is insane. The kitchen sink of toys is thrown your way as you're allowed to access loads of different powerful weapons to take on even more Covenant than you had previously. I'm talking the rocket launcher, the sniper rifle, Ghost, Banshee, Scorpion, Warthog, Manslaughter, Presidential Assassination, you name it. The following missions take place in several different locations within the ring that we've landed on, Halo, in all different times of day and environments. Each level is filled with something new and unique, and I believe that this Halo game has the best level design, for the most part. I don't want to delve into each remaining thing, as I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't played this 23-year-old game, and still plan to. There's a lot to uncover on this little old ring world, and I want you to see it for yourself. Now, in my opinion, I might be a little bit biased, it is a total package in a first-person shooter. It has set several standards for inclusion of content that modern Halo still does not compare to. The multiplayer, though not well balanced at all, it's more of like a multiplayer party game, honestly. It's not as defined as Halo 2 and 3, but it still offers a great party game experience with a variety of fantastic maps, and if you've got an Xbox of literally any kind, or a PC, you can experience the first Halo game. The Master Chief Collection retails right now for $39.99 on Steam, which includes Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, Reach, and 4. You can also individually purchase each of those for like $10, and oftentimes those games will be on sale for a hell of a lot cheaper than that too. Alternatively, you can also play ye old Halo PC port from Gearbox, if you know how to get a copy. All that being said, not a one of you has an excuse not to play Halo Combat Evolved, got it? Go play it right now. Go! Go! Buy it! Buy it! Give them their fucking money!
Hit 'em, Marines! Go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour!